Hey, got a match from Underworld. I'd apologise for not being online lately. There has been some family problems, but hopefully everything's back on track now and I can start doing reviews again. Now, after so long we're not having any true vampire films at the cinemas, seeing the vampire genre slowly being destroyed by a title which will not be named, we have the latest installment of Underworld.
Today is a day that will change the course of the war. The epidemic that has plagued this city may soon be coming to an end. Scientists may have finally found the one that will lead us to the cure.
Everything they've told you is a lie.
Kate Beckinsale returns back in latex and kicking some serious liking butt. This fourth installment of the Underworld franchise with a brand new storyline, taking the characters in a brand new direction. So I'm going to be talking about Underworld Awakening in 3D. Why is it in 3D? Because everyone wants some of that James Cameron gold. I'm going to be talking about the new storyline, the characters, old and new, the genre, and anything else that I think is important to mention. So the storyline picks off from Evolution, with Celine becoming a daywalker, I guess. Hey, someone's that take the shoes from Blade.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
The ending I didn't know what to make out. It left open with some pretty good ideas. The franchise at that point could have gone in any direction. Now here comes Awakening, which has gone in a completely new direction from its first three movies, leaving to sleep the whole vampire origin story, which for me, I like the change of that. The tone, the style of the film, it all changes within this movie. I mean, we've had some really badass vampire origin stories with this whole backstory of the vampires, and we've had some pretty cool liking side of the story and how this secret war began. We've had two very, very good films based around this, and a third prequel film which I didn't really understand why it needed to be made. It was quite clear in the first two, but that's in my opinion. But the vampires and Lycans forgot about us. We of course arm ourselves to the teeth and purify the city, I guess. Going full force against the species. Violence breaks out everywhere, and so Celine and Michael decide to ditch the town. But only to be captured, and bang, 12 years later we have Awakening. Celine is helped by an unknown character called Subject 2. This heavily reminds me of another vampire film called Daybreakers, but only like the opposite side. I really like this whole idea of this future world. These vampire movies they're doing now. It's more of a modern way of looking at making vampire movies. So she goes out and tries to find Michael. Comes across a couple of vampires, which helps her out. She learns of what's happened within the past 12 years. She comes across some likings, of course, and later on within the film, she finds this girl with no name, which turns out to be her daughter. And that's not a spoiler or anything. You generally do find out this within the first 15 minutes. It's not really a shocker, and the film tries to play with this whole mother relationship kind of deal, which I found to be believable, believe it or not. I didn't really think so. I don't really like kids within vampire movies, especially 18 certificate vampire movies, so I was quite curious really, but it plays out quite well.
Everything else escaped.
Let's go.
She's the only hybrid child who has ever existed.
So without giving any huge spoilers away, the ending is left open for another movie. I'm guessing they're going for this brand new trilogy, which I would actually pay to watch. I mean, I enjoyed the first two movies. Third one was okay. Fourth one took the franchise in a brand new direction and actually did something different. I really liked this, and if they did do another sequel, I would pay to go and watch that, if it's done right, of course. There are some pretty good fight scenes between the vampires and the Lycans. There's also quite a good fight scene where there's like vampires or humans and Lycans all in one scene, like kind of fighting. And I thought that's quite good.
You kind mind will never be as powerful as us, no matter how hard you fight.
The one I didn't really have a problem with. There are some cheesy little bits in. There's some like little technical bits, and there's like a random power that Celine has, probably linking to this, Daywalker ability. I thought it was okay, so I didn't really have a huge problem with that. So the storyline is actually not too bad, in all fairness. Of course, the main star of the movie is Kate Beckinsale, playing the kick-ass vampire. I quite liked her performance and the character in this movie. They try and expand it a little bit more. We had this love interest with Michael in the first two movies. Now we get this whole mother-daughter relationship. Like I said previously, it is done quite well, and I was quite happy with her performance. She did it right. The action scenes are great. I had no problem with it all. The only thing I was disappointed about was Scott Speedman's character, Michael. He really wasn't in this movie a lot. I think he was in it for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes of the entire movie. I'm guessing they wanted to like just keep his character aside for a good while so they can focus more on this this relationship interest. But I was a little disappointed about that. I really like Michael's character, but hey. The rest of the cast play their roles quite well. You get a detective in it. I thought his character was quite okay. His performance was nothing hugely special. You get a vampire called Dave. His performance is okay. I mean, there's a lot of okay performances in this movie. The one that surprised me the most was probably the little girl. I thought, wow, she did a quite good job considering. I mean, usually, again, I don't like kids within vampire movies, but she did it quite well, and so good job, I think. Okay, so has Underworld Awakening gone back to its true roots? Has it brought the vampire genre back into new light? Yes, most definitely. After having 5 years, 6 years of the film that will not be named, this movie has redeemed vampire movies back to its full at the cinemas. I was impressed with Daybreakers, and I'm very impressed with Underworld Awakening. It's not the best film. I think that's why people are a little disappointed. I was quite surprised to see how many bad reviews there were, like 1 star, 2 stars. I didn't think it was that bad, in all fairness. I mean, I was watching it, fully enjoyed. The action scenes are great. It stayed true to the vampire genre and given it a little bit of a sci-fi twist. I like that. This whole future world aspect of vampires is done quite well. I'm very happy with the movie, and it stayed true to the vampire genre and giving something new as well. So Underworld Awakening, you've done well. So overall, I quite enjoyed the movie. It was a good and fourth installment to the franchise. I'm really hoping they do at least another movie. I would like to see another one. If you're not convinced completely by the review, I recommend a DVD or a rental release when it does come out. I think it's worth watching. I think it's unfair with all these really bad reviews I've seen lately for it. I think it deserves more than it's getting. I see it as a separate trilogy now compared to the first 3. It's going in a new direction. I'm liking this new direction, and I'm hoping they do another one. Now onto the 3D a little bit here before I wrap things up. The 3D was okay. It's not. I think it's really unfair now that the cinemas are forcing you to pay extra money to go and watch a movie in 3D. I thought this movie in 3D was okay. It wasn't brilliant in 3D. I would have very happily watched it in 2D, but I don't know what it is these days. I mean, everything has to be in 3D. If it's not in 3D, it's not brilliant, which is completely untrue. I still enjoyed it regardless, even with the 3D elements to it. So if you're thinking about watching it in the movies, I recommend trying to watch it in 2D. If you can't, then 3D is still worth it. Either way, I paid £10 UK, and it was worth it. I came out quite happy, and I just thought it was a bit unnecessary, that's all. So if you're thinking about watching a movie at the cinemas, I recommend Underworld. So I'd like to thank you for watching my review. My next 2 reviews will be The Grey and Chronicle. I'll try and get those done as fast as I can. So in the meantime, this is Andrew from Media World from Game TV, recommending you with some quality entertainment.
You won't win.
You don't know me very well.
Don't wanna play